Hello everybody, this is Tom Trezulli, joined by Kelsey, and we're going to talk a little bit about her dance career and where she feels dance fits into the mainstream sports world. So we'll start out with this. A lot of dancers start out at a young age, and I'm wondering if that applies with you. When did you start dance and what drew you to it?
Yeah, I started when I was about 4 years old. That wasn't really my choice. My mom just put me into dance classes, but I enjoyed it. And I didn't really start loving it until I was probably about 10 or 12 when I started going into the city and taking classes and seeing shows.
What changed at that age of 10 and 12 when you started to love it?
I think with a little more maturity just came a better sense of what I like and what I don't like, and dance just happened to be one of those things that I like.
And you mentioned to me earlier before we started the interview that you didn't dance competitively, but there's a natural competitive edge of sorts to dance. What do you mean by that?
I mean that most dancers are perfectionists, and there's always going to be someone better than you, so naturally you kind of want to become the better person in the room. But I think it's important, even though there is that competition, to make sure you foster a healthy competition and support each other while also trying to make each other better rather than taking each other down.
And competition is obviously a huge part of the sports world. And then what I also wanted to get into with you is dance as a sport. Do you think it should be viewed more as a mainstream sport?
I think that's kind of difficult to say, because while it is really athletic, it's still an art, and I sometimes don't really understand how you compare art to each other. While yes, there are some dancers who are better than another dancer, but when it comes to works of art and pieces of choreography, I don't really know how you can compare one to the other in terms of what's better.
You mentioned how athletic it is. What do you think the most athletic aspect of it is?
Probably the amount of discipline that goes into it. Like dancers are, when I was at Marymount, we were dancing up to like 8 hours a day. So it does take a lot of endurance and discipline.
All right, that'll bring us to the end of our interview. Kelsey, thanks so much for joining us.